Hey, sports fans out there, welcome to Sports Talk, and holy crap, we have everyone back except Joe. But okay. Guys, welcome back to the show. It's been such a long time.
It really has.
I forgot what you all looked like.
Thanks, dude.
Ben's got the bandana on. I love it.
Had
You need to shave.
No, I don't.
I need
Oh,
to
here
too.
we go. We hear this every single
Looking
time.
nasty.
Good.
So let's just go around and start catching up. Brian, what's been going on with you since last time we saw you in season 5?
Well, I haven't been doing much. I've been attending Zoom University.
So Michigan State, right?
Yeah, Michigan State, all Zoom, so it's been that. I've been up north a lot, getting away from all the crazy people, so that's always fun.
I don't know if going up north is just the solution to get away from crazy people because they're just basically everywhere.
Nope, that's also true. Yeah, so that's
It's just
what my family thought was cool, so that's what I'm doing. But otherwise, no. Watching any sports that's on now, doing a lot of schoolwork, and just chilling now, honestly. Not too much going on. COVID's been pretty interesting this year for me and my family.
Yeah, definitely. Eric, what's been going on with you last time we saw you in season 4?
Lots of school things. Definitely a lot of school things. Constantly back in and out of meetings. Got esports stuff going.
Got longer hair.
Longer hair. That's definitely a thing.
Like it.
Man.
Not too much other than that. Lots of meetings, school,
Def-
and video
definitely-
games.
Definitely a weird sight to see you with long hair.
Yeah, I'd say that's
look
pretty
your
fair.
brother.
We're looking down here.
All right. Benjamin Howard Clark, how have you been?
Whoa, dox him.
I've been doing great, on that MCC grind. But
Oh, community college grind. I see you. All right.
yeah, and that's really about it.
How's your gaming been going?
Great.
Without a headset.
Yep, without a headset.
Losing to the AI in FIFA.
All right, listen, I almost rage quit, but I didn't.
Almost. That's the important part.
And last year, I say, Jacob, how have you been, man?
Nothing much. Just been at CMU with you, obviously.
Right.
At school the past 2 years. Been online. For the past week and a half, I've done nothing but wake up at about noon, go downstairs, and just sit there and play video games till about 3 in the morning, and go to bed. And repeat that. So that's been fun, I
What do you eat
guess.
during that time.
I do. I get a lot of late night snacking in too. I can't lie. So a lot of creeps upstairs at 2 in the morning to grab a bag of chips. That's me.
All right. So, as of course, let's get into some sports, guys. Start with NFL, of course. First take, biggest surprise team of the year for you guys. Eric, we'll start with you.
Steelers, no question. Definitely the Steelers. Making an insane run without Antonio Brown, just working on a limited quarterback, to be honest. I mean, no offense to Big Ben. He's still moving around pretty good for getting up and up there in age, for sure. This line has just been producing. This defense has been producing. He went from the most sacked quarterback last year to the least touched this year. That's insane to me.
Yeah, they definitely upgraded their offensive line for sure, but they kind of ran into a Redskins.
That was definitely a tough one for him. Great game to watch, though.
That was a good game.
Right?
Ben, how about you?
I don't watch football. We all know that, but I'd probably have to agree with him and the Steelers.
Yeah, I knew we were going to get a response like that.
Oh, man, we should have made him go first.
Yeah. Jacob, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go with Miami. They were looking really, really bad last year. They have a great 8-4 record right now. Their running backs, they've cycled through about 4 of them this year, and they're still producing. Fitz magic, baby. So I would have to say them.
Brian?
So I just got sniped 2 times in a row just now from my favorite team, the Steelers, and I was actually going to talk about Miami. So I'm going to go a different approach. I'm going to go with how horrible the NFC East has been. That's been the most surprising, all 4 teams.
The Giants are looking nice. They're on a little come up.
They are looking nice, though. They're surprising right now. And
Hey.
Washington is too, but Washington's got a loss. But if you want me to give a specific team, honestly, because of what was supposed to happen probably to what's going on right now is the Dallas Cowboys. Just because of all the offseason hype they had and then everything they went through. Owner, obviously Jared
True.
Jones is doing stuff. The coaching isn't
Literally.
well. Everyone's getting hurt, so I'm gonna have to say the Cowboys.
Literally since like the '90s, all the Cowboys have been just a hype team. Ever since the '90s, ever since their Super Bowl runs, nothing.
No, I completely understand.
Ever since Romo left, I should say. Now, probably for my team, probably the team that's probably most disappointing is either Houston, the way that they played, or Chicago, the way that they started out. They started off 5-1, and now they're 5-7.
I think Minnesota honestly looks like they were looking nice with their defense, Kirk and Dalvin Cook, and they'd start off like 0-4, something like that.
Yeah.
And
And then there's the Lions, of course.
for the NFC North, I believe that all the teams but the Packers are now tied, right? Record-wise, not division-wise.
I think so.
I think they're all 5-7.
Hey, that's good enough to win the NFC East right now.
Yeah.
So, those are our first takes for NFL. Fantasy wise, all of us are involved in fantasy somehow this year.
Eric.
Dude, I'm ready for this week, man. I mean, thinking about it. Okay, so last week I was like, okay, we got the top 4 teams all matched up with each other, and it would have been 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. We almost had a preview of what the playoffs could have been.
Yeah, that was kind of my bad. I got hit by a buzzsaw. It's not my fault. Dylan had a lot of guys that were really good in the past week. It doesn't help that Henry got me 5, Gibson got me a point
Yeah.
before he got hurt. That my running backs didn't help me out. So in our league this year, I am what the hell is my record? I am 9-4. 9-4? Yeah, 9-4.
Yeah, you're 9-4.
Jacob's 9-4. Eric's 9-4. Brian is under 500. And
Sorry, Brian, about last week.
I've had such horrible luck this year. It's been so
you got
bad for
what?
me.
4 wins? 5 wins?
I think I'm 5-7. I'm the Detroit Lions.
5-7. And Ben is what is your record with your dad in that league?
5-7-1 because we tied.
Tie?
You tied?
Hi.
Ties in our league.
Yikes.
That's
It's
a bad
just
move
solid
right there.
ties. Do you do it up to like the whole number or up to like a decimal?
No, the whole number. We don't do decimals.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
That's interesting.
But it doesn't help when your star player, Lamar Jackson, you need like 13 points from him and he only gets you 12.
It's Lamar's season.
Pick ever.
Fantasy's been absolutely whacked this year for all of us. Everyone's gone through at least one whack period.
I've
of
been on a
fantasy.
straight waiver wire, I feel like, for the last 8 weeks.
The heck, I could feel that.
If anybody wants Will Fuller, I'm willing to trade.
Considering you dropped him for a kicker earlier today, I'll pass.
Hey, I've got the top 2 kickers in the league now. Just saying.
You have 2 kickers on your roster?
Yeah, I didn't have much of a choice, to be honest. I've got,
You
Jason
got Young
Sanders.
Hoku.
yup,
You have both
He's
of
a
them,
Davy.
dude.
He's the
You really have the
Davy.
2 top kickers.
I have the top 2 kickers.
What a shock. The highest scoring team in the league picks up the 2 highest scoring kickers.
If anybody
Thank God
wants
it's
to
not a 2-kicker
trade,
league.
imagine.
Week 14.
Oh, man. I mean, we could do a drop for drop.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
Somebody
tonight-
drops a star player.
Yeah, it's I'll drop Derrick Henry for a kicker. Sounds legit.
Sounds good.
So tonight we got the 6-6 Patriots at the 8-4 Rams. Rams have been surprising this year.
Yes.
I thought the Niners would be way better than the Rams this year.
The injuries. They lost
Injuries.
Bosa. They lost.
Kittle, Garoppolo for a little
Yeah.
bit.
When they
Mostert's on and
Jets,
off.
when they played that Jets game in New York alone, they lost about 4 or 5 guys in that game.
It was really sad.
But no, the Rams have been playing really well. The Patriots, I'm not used to seeing them at 6-6. I think none of us are in our lives are used to seeing
No.
the Patriots at 6-6.
Well, I mean,
Does
Brady.
New England win tonight on the road in LA? Brian, start with you.
You could also say that the Patriots are in that category of most surprising because they had a horrible start. But now they're coming back to be a potential AFC wildcard. And we know the history Jared Goff has against the Patriots defense after that horrific Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago, and a lot's changed for both
On his
teams.
mental, though.
That's true. And then also, Jared Goff, even though the Rams have been looking pretty good, Jared Goff's been pretty inconsistent, a lot of turnovers. So you never know with this Patriots defense. So I think this game I'll give them a slight edge over the Rams, even away. So I think I'm going to take the Patriots for this game. As an upset, you could say.
Eric, your former Panther quarterback Cam Newton is in LA tonight. How do you think he'll perform tonight?
The way that I'm feeling is that against the Rams, you're definitely going to get a lot of pass rushing from Aaron Donald and just the usual line for the Rams. They're just going to get right through on the Patriots. It's been looking up and down for the Patriots this year, definitely for Cam. He's just making a lot of turnovers, a lot of poor decisions, but there's also a lot of good decisions that are also being made. He's making a lot of good passes that, you'll just kind of see out of nowhere, but I don't feel like he's going to get enough of those passes tonight. I'm going with the Rams.
Jacob, how do you think the Rams offense is going to do tonight? How do you think Jared Goff will respond to a very stellar Patriot defense that was in LA to play the Chargers last week to pitch a shutout?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Patriots have won these last couple games due solely on their defense. So this is definitely going to be a defensive battle. But I think the Rams defense is just too good for Cam Newton and for them to even produce anything.
Interesting. I'll take the Rams as well. I really love the receivers for LA this year. Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Tyler Higbee, Reynolds. Those guys have been great. I love Reynolds, or not Reynolds. I love Woods to be the main man tonight. I'm going with the Rams by 10. Robert Woods, 2 touchdowns.
All right.
So let's go. So this one's a pretty interesting matchup for Week 14 coming up. We got Kansas City at Miami. Very interesting. Jacob, start with you because you said Miami was one of your surprising teams of the year. Did they get it done at home against the Chiefs?
Well, I mean, the Chiefs, they found themselves in a couple close games recently, but I think Gaskin is questionable right now. Most of their running backs are hurt still for Miami, so I just don't think they have enough offensive power to keep up with Kansas City. So I think it's going to be kind of close for most of the game, but I think KC's going to end up winning by about 14.
Okay. Ben, what do you think of this game?
Well, great football knowledge right here. I'd love to say upset, but I feel like Kansas City's going to wipe the floor with Miami.
Brian?
I mean, I don't see how you don't go Kansas City, especially just with, I don't want to say quarterback issue, but just going on and off of Tua potentially if he has a bad game, which he definitely could in this game. I think if Tua has a deep ball going, then they got a shot because I think the deep ball is definitely a weakness for the Chiefs defense. I don't know how you go against this Chiefs offense. Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Lev Bell, Clyde Edwards-Helaire when he's healthy. I think you got to go to Chiefs.
Yeah. Eric, with you?
Without a doubt, I'm taking the Chiefs on this one. There's definitely a lot of potential in this Dolphins defense. Tua's definitely made a show off his little return, I guess you could call it. He's got a lot of eyes on him. I'm not going to say he's been the most successful quarterback in the league because you got to look at Mahomes. You still got to look at what Brady's doing in Tampa, but I'll definitely put him up there. But I don't think he's going to be able to do enough against the Chiefs defense, which is kind of weird to say because the Chiefs defense, I wouldn't say is the best that you could find compared to what Miami has gone against. But you've got to look at Mahomes. You've got to look at Tyreek. You've got to look at Kelce. You've got to look at Edwards-Helaire, Lev Bell. They've got so much depth on that roster that's just going to go right through.
Again.
Yep.
Watkins is healthy again. Yeah, I am the same with all you guys. I got Kansas City I'll take them plus 17 in this game.
I can see it.
Dolphins.
Just a simple 17.
Just a simple 17.
Two touchdowns and a
field goal. And a pretty critical game that none of us thought that would be at this point. Green Bay is traveling to Detroit this week. This is an interesting game in terms of how if the Lions win this game, oh boy, the Lions have a shot at making the postseason with firing Patricia halfway through. So I will start this off. It's not going to happen. Aaron Rodgers has been still. He looks low, but their running game has been strong in the past couple of weeks. They had once Aaron Jones gets going, he's a tough man to stop, especially if they get Jamal Williams going with him as well. But Green Bay beating Detroit by 14. Devontae Adams over 100 yards and a touchdown. Brian?
I'm not going to look at it in the Lions' perspective because I think a lot would have to happen for them to reach the playoffs. I think this more can impact Green Bay in a playoff sense in terms of if they can get the number 1 overall seed in the NFC or not, because I believe they're behind the Saints for that.
Yep. New Orleans is
And-
one right now. They're the only team with the bye.
So I think that Green Bay is one of the most complete teams in the NFL. They have a great offense. Their defense can step up when needed. I don't know how you can go behind that offense with Devontae Adams basically getting you a touchdown every week. That running game is just superb no matter what back you have. And I don't think you can deny Aaron Rodgers. I think right now he's playing with a huge chip on his shoulder. So I think you got to get the Packers this one. They've usually been dominant over the Lions anyway.
Yeah. Jacob, Aaron Rodgers is your fantasy quarterback this year.
And Aaron Jones.
And Aaron Jones is your running back. How do you feel about your duo going into Detroit this week?
Oh, I'm looking for at least 65 points combined from both of them.
You're about to say from Aaron Rodgers.
I think Aaron Rodgers is going to easily put up 30, and then with what we've seen before with the Lions giving up to fantasy running backs, it's crazy. But I have to throw a question out for you guys since we're talking about this game. Do you guys think Stafford is the answer, or should we dump him after the end of this season and look to rebuild?
Anybody want to start first?
We'll start first.
All right, Brian, you got the floor.
Lions have not been good to Stafford, in my opinion. They take care of him with money-wise and stuff, but I don't see how we can get any better than Stafford right now that's willing to play in Detroit. I don't think Stafford's been the problem at all for how many years Detroit's been pretty mad with him there.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's the problem, but we've gone through this how many years and it just doesn't happen. Is it time to give him up and just try it all new, or?
I don't think the time's right now to go completely all new. I think no, I don't because Stafford still plays pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything that's really regressing from him other than he's just had some bad turnover games. So I don't think we should get rid of Stafford. I think we need to rebuild more of the front office. I think that's more the problem for Detroit than anything right now.
Oh, God. Rebuilding the front office is something Lions fans have said since Barry Sanders retired. Yeah, the front office is a problem. Coaching, this is what we're on Bevel now. We had Patricia, we had Caldwell, we had Schwartz, we had Mariucci, we had 4 other coaches in between there, 5. It's been ridiculous. I agree with you, Brian. Not yet with Stafford. 2021 is his last year in Detroit. It will be his.
Because I was going to say, if you wait a couple more years, he's going to have probably no value at all. And
Because I looked at who's going to be the free agent quarterbacks that will be available in this upcoming offseason. There's nobody good. And I don't think that the Lions are going to win, I think, 2 more games down the stretch. It's going to ruin their draft position.
Yep.
So I don't think they're going to be in position to take Justin Fields out of Ohio State. So that would be the direction I would hope for them to lean toward to go get Justin Fields. But there's no good quarterbacks on the free agent market coming out. Stick with Stafford 1 more year and then get him out and then see who comes up in the draft class of 22 or the free agent class of 21.
Justin Fields would be insane.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Ben, is it time to dump Stafford?
I mean, he hasn't been good, but he hasn't been great. I don't think he definitely deserved that contract he got. But, I mean,
Yeah, fair point.
honestly, he's the only quarterback that said he can take us to the playoffs since the Lions quarterbacks.
True.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only one that has set, I think, Scott Mitchell in the 90s, something like that. When
That was Barry.
Yeah, those were the Barry days. But yeah, Stafford's the only one to take us there. I think last quarterback to win a Lions playoff game was Scott Mitch. Someone like that back in '92, which is still pathetic. Eric, what about you? Is it time to dump Stafford or move on?
We need to keep Stafford for now. We need something to keep going in Detroit. I'm not going to say he's our best overall player on this team, but I'd say he's definitely up there. He's a great leader on the field for the offense. He knows what he's doing with pretty much everything out there. I'd say the biggest problem right now that we have is, as was previously mentioned, something's going on in our office that is not right. There was the coaching switch that did happen. What was it, last week? 2 weeks?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
A week and a half, 2 weeks.
Apple's first game was a win against Chicago on the road.
I definitely think that we need to wait and see how that goes before we make any kind of decision. As of right now, I'm saying keep Stafford to get another quarterback ready for when he does go.
That's a good idea to do the Alex Smith thing.
Which is why, in my opinion, the Lions should have drafted Tua at number 3. They should have drafted Tua.
Isaiah Simmons.
Oh.
Isaiah Simmons. That's who we should have.
Yeah, but you look at it, the Lions should have drafted Tua at number 3. Groom him behind Stafford for a few years. It would have been perfect.
I think the Lions are still trying to ride out Stafford, though.
Yeah,
I think that's why. I think once they know Stafford's going to be losing his value, I think they're going to pull Kansas City Chiefs, what they did with Alex Smith and Pat Mahomes, basically, with next quarterback in line for Lions. I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
hopefully. The Lions just literally need something at every position. So, it's kind of a tough situation.
It's not a specific problem. Like, everyone always goes to quarterback. It's just Lions team has just been very inconsistent on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
Special teams, it's been okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much one only thing.
Jack Fox has been great. Prater, I think it's time for Prater to go. We need a new kicker.
We need you, Aaron.
No way. So, interesting take here. Who wins the NFC East this year? Jacob?
I can see it going either way with the Giants or Washington. They both have great defenses. I think that Washington, I like their offense a little bit more with Terry. I don't even know how to say his name.
Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, McLaurin. And I mean, Alex Smith, I don't know how much you can always expect out of him week in and week out, but he seems to be doing all right, not too good. But I think Washington's going to take it. I think they're going to win it.
Yeah, because this is Washington's remaining schedule. They're at San Francisco this week, at home against Seattle, at home against Carolina, and at Philly. The last 2 games on their schedule look, they look like they're in their favor. One's at home, one's in Philly. Philly's been awful this year. So yeah, I got Washington going 7-9, winning division. Ryan, what about you?
Looking at the NFC standings right now, I don't think there's any way that the Eagles or Cowboys can make it with only 3. There's no way. They only have 3 games under their belts. They both have very high losing streaks. So I think you're basically looking at either the Giants or football team, Washington.
That's not their name. Anyway.
With the most upside, I want to say right now is New York. So I think New York has a really good chance to win this. I think Washington, they've been a really good team. Like, I give them a lot of props. Everything they've gone to, Ron Rivera-wise, team-wise, quarterback-wise, everything.
Ride the riverboat.
But I think they're going to be pretty inconsistent, especially with injuries. Like, we don't know the severity of Antonio Gibson's injury. That could have a very huge impact on them. And the Giants are riding the wave right now. They just beat a very good Seattle team in Seattle. Was it in Seattle?
It was in Seattle. And now they come home playing the Cardinals this week. Then they're at home against Cleveland on Sunday night in 2 weeks. Then they're at Baltimore. Then at home against the Cowboys. So no cakewalk of a schedule for them either down the stretch.
I think it could be a lot better for them than Washington's schedule, though, because all those teams that you listed have been pretty inconsistent this entire year. So I think the best chance to win NFC East will be for the Giants.
Interesting. Eric?
I'm definitely – it's a toss-up between the Giants and Washington just because of the injuries that happened. it's as of right now, I'm still leaning towards Washington just because they've got a solid offense and their defense is a little bit iffy, but they're still producing in some of the situations when they need to produce. Giants, something's going on there that I just have this feeling that something will happen in these next few weeks. It's either they're going to win this out or they're going to lose it out.
With Colt McCoy and Alfred Morris. Two guys from like 2012.
I'm giving this one to Washington. Washington's going to finish this off.
Ben?
I'm gonna have to go with Washington. I got Washington's defense on my fantasy team, and then they've been scoring pretty good, and I feel like Washington's been getting pretty hot these last couple of weeks, and I think they're gonna take that momentum to finish the season strong.
All right. So Ben. So my dad.
Wait. Can I say one more thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I want to say this one last thing that could be very key. The Giants beat the football team twice already this year, so if anything happens tie-wise, they're going to lead that. So keep that in mind. That's also a big reason why I want to choose the Giants, because they already beat Washington twice already this season.
That's a good point. So
Okay, I'm good now. Sorry.
So Ben, my Dodgers ended up winning the World Series.
They did.
They beat Tampa Bay, which I probably assumed you wanted Tampa Bay.
I did, but I knew going into that series the Dodgers are going to absolutely destroy Tampa Bay because Tampa Bay cannot play in championship series.
So right now it's December. Who do you like right now in the World Series come 2021?
I don't know. It's pretty difficult. I mean, the obvious answer everyone's going to say is New York and the Dodgers. But at the same time, you got to look at what happens in free agency. And so far, free agency has been pretty quiet. But once free agency starts, going and all these big names start signing, then I'll have a better answer. But as of right now, I'm probably just going to have to hop on the bandwagon, go with the two best teams, the Yankees and the Dodgers.
Has Trevor Bauer been signed yet?
No.
I love Trevor Bauer.
And
He's looking towards the Mets the last I heard, but
that's what I heard, but I mean, you never know with this guy.
He's very unpredictable.
Follow him on Twitter too. Everyone that watches this, follow Trevor Bauer on Twitter.
He's a good guy to follow. He's funny.
Hours, dude.
All right. So NBA, Lakers ended up winning in the bubble. Now, Joe's not here, so I can't get into a huge argument about this, which kind of sucks.
Here we go.
But I do have to say the NBA did a good job of keeping everybody safe during in that bubble. Because I didn't really watch any of that bubble. I only watched about maybe 2 Magic games against the Bucks in the first round.
I watched a lot of it.
I did too.
Finals, didn't watch the conference, but didn't watch any of it because I knew the Lakers were contenders and I didn't want to watch it. But as in terms of going into next season, which starts in about 2.5 weeks already, I don't know. Because it's still not going to be a normal year. Sure, everyone's going to be playing in their home stadiums, but it's just like NFL, or the NHL bubble or something, MLB and stuff like that. You can play in your home stadium, just nobody allowed. So I don't know. Eric, who do you like to start off? Preseason, not even preseason. There is no preseason, but preseason rankings for the NBA. Who do you like at the top of East and the West?
I'm not going to bring up any specific players. I'll wait for Ben to do this one.
Yes.
Just because I know where this one's going to go.
Oh, boy.
Post it on my Snapchat.
Here we go.
All right.
He's been waiting a long time for this.
There's going to be a chance for the Pistons. There's going to be a chance for New Orleans. And yeah, I'm going to confidently say there's going to be a chance for – are they still in Charlotte? They're still in Charlotte, right?
Charlotte Hornets.
This is ridiculous. I don't want to go too much into it because I want Ben to do it. But I'm saying there's a chance for all 3 of these teams to have some crazy seasons because of one specific person trying to attend all of the games. I'm just going to leave it there.
And
Stupid. Okay. Sorry.
And Ben, who would those players be?
They would be my boys, the Ball brothers, man. Let me tell you, I'm so excited with the Pistons signing. Now, hear me out. I talked to Eric about this when it happened. Jello is the most underrated, you could say, out of the three, correct?
Yeah.
Just the worst.
He's the one with the least hype.
Okay,
He's
Jake.
the dumbest.
He is.
He's the dumbest.
But hear me out. He's playing for a terrible Pistons team who I don't even know who plays for the Pistons anymore. That's how bad we are. And he's
Bro.
going to be a guy that's going to come off the bench. He's not going to be a starter. He's going to be a guy that comes off the bench. But I think he's going to get minutes to actually show people what he can do because of that. He plays on a terrible team, and he's not the most hyped Ball brother because everyone's going to be talking about his younger brother and his older brother. So I
What's
think
his
he's got something
ceiling?
to prove.
What's his ceiling to you, Ben? Like how, like is this guy? Could he be at all? Like could he be contending for, all rookie first or second team in his first year of the Pistons?
I wouldn't say that, but I would say he's probably going to be a key part of our team. I really do. I really feel like he could be a key part of our team.
Now, ultimately, what do you think is his floor? Like his ultimate, his ultimate bottom, like just not even like being at like 12th man of the rotation, something like that.
Yeah, he's going to be – I mean, he's definitely not going to be a starter. I can promise you that.
I don't
But-
think he's even on the team yet. I think they just.
No, he did. He signed.
I thought they haven't put him on the roster yet though. Like he's.
He's not.
I thought he was in like the training
He's
camp.
signed and in their training camps right now. I saw
Okay.
some footage earlier that he is going to be.
Yeah, I mean,
coming
I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the team.
All right.
I think his ceiling is that he's a starter. I think his floor is that he gets cut.
Cut. That's what I was saying, Brian. I was thinking the same thing. I don't mean to leave you, Ben.
I don't have any confidence in him, man. I really don't.
Yeah,
Like,
right now he's on the practice squad.
You guys don't have confidence in him, which if you think about it, because of his dad and his brothers, he's getting all these news, right? And everyone's
yeah,
gonna-
that he's a criminal too. He freaking stole from the store. What kind of rich
Oh.
basketball player steals from the store?
Especially one who also has don't they have like 3 Ferraris or something like
I
that?
don't know.
I don't
I
know,
just-
something like that.
I'm excited to see if he does play. I'm not trying to talk crap about him.
Yeah,
but
I think he can
just-
play a good role. That's about it.
he's
All right.
Because
definitely
the Pistons, I don't know what the Pistons are. Because the Pistons signed so many people. They have some pretty
Nobody's.
interesting veterans. So I just want to see how they go along with their players this year. Because they got rid of some players and they also gained some. So we got to see how they do.
So Bennett, what do you think of Charlotte with the next ball that plays for the Hornets? What do you think his ceiling is?
I don't know, because everyone's hyping him up. He comes out and he says he's going to be the first round pick. He gets picked third. I think that was fair for him to go third in the draft. I don't think he should have been a first overall pick. So,
No.
his ceiling, I mean, honestly, because he's the youngest and he's the most hyped, I'm going to have to go with he's probably going to be the one, you're looking at probably first team rookie, second team rookie at the end of the year.
Okay.
But his low, I could say he probably could choke, and you could see not a very good player out of him compared to what he's hyped up to be.
All right. And finally, Ben, Lonzo in New Orleans. Is this his second or his third season with the Pelicans?
Second, because he got
Second,
traded.
he was traded.
Second. So this is his second year in New Orleans. How do you think he's going to do? Maybe
Well-
hopefully with a fully healthy team with Zion and Ingram and all those guys.
Right. I actually did watch the Lakers and Pelicans game last year when he played the Lakers, and those 3 guys, whoever they are, like Zion, Ball, Ingram, and all them, they seem to really click. And I think if all of them can click like they did in that game against LeBron and Anthony Davis, you could be looking at a pretty good team.
Interesting. Everyone else, what are you guys' thoughts on LiAngelo or Lonzo Ball before we head to the next topic here?
I personally think LaMelo Ball's ceiling is immense. He's a 6'8" guard that has handles like a 6'4". He's limitless range. I just think he has to show up for the next level, but he has immense potential. He could be the next superstar in the NBA.
Wow.
I think
That is a very, very high ceiling.
he has a high ceiling. Let's see if he can produce it, though.
Eric, Brian, thoughts?
You go, Eric.
I got almost nothing for this one. I think Ben kind of covered it. You got what's going on in New Orleans. Those three clicked. LaMelo's just got to see what he can do. Pretty much there. I could definitely see him. I don't think he's going to be a superstar, I'll say. It's definitely going to take a second for him to probably
Yeah, not
adjust
right now.
the league against these veterans. But this is, I'd say there's definitely a difference between playing overseas, playing in the NBA. There's a whole
100%.
new level to that. So let's see how he adjusts.
Absolutely. Good stuff. So, and that will do it for this hot seat reunion. Guys, thanks for coming on this call. And great,
Oh, this was great.
great doing what we used to do.
It was fun.
Oh, yeah.
I had a great time.
This was a lot of fun, definitely.
Ben, we'll definitely keep an eye on those Ball brothers for you this year,
Good.
either in a good way or in a bad way.
No, only good ways.
We'll see.
Bad.
We will see. So, and we will see you, and we will see you in the next episode whenever this show comes back. So until then, as always, keep it fresh.